The United States Mint has been striking the 10-cent piece or the dime for over 228 years now. And the longest tenured dime in U.S. Mint history is the one that we still strike to this very day, the Roosevelt. With a history spanning almost 80 years, first being struck in 1946, many collectors have simply forgotten that there are two distinct eras when it comes to the Roosevelt dime and its special silver proofs. When the coin was initially struck at the Philadelphia Mint, all proof coins were also struck from silver. But that changed in 1964 with the end of circulating silver at the United States Mint. After that, the coins became clads and then shifted over to the other mints. Then in 1992, for a special anniversary of the San Francisco Mint, the United States Mint struck a silver-proof Eisenhower dime once again. And thanks to coming across a literal treasure trove of these iconic silver proofs, we are bringing back a special bonanza with the first coin struck in this new era of the silver-proof Roosevelt dime. It is item number 905-11288. That's 905-11-28 8. And while this treasure trove of coins lasts, we are just $7.95 for each of these stunning coins. The dates will be our choice, and it's up to 7 different. And if you do get all 7, we will guarantee you all 7 of these coins: the 92, 93, 94, 5, 6, 7, and 8. The first 7 struck in the new era of the silver-proof Roosevelt dime. These coins are the envy of our competition at this price. The lowest price we could find for a single one of these coins was $26. That means we are at least $18 less than their price at just $7.95 each. If you were to get all 7 of these coins with our competition, it would cost over $231. Meanwhile, if you get all 7 with us tonight, it's just $55.65. AKA, if you get 7 coins with us tonight, you would save over $175 versus the price of these same 7 coins with our competition. You can call in at 1-866-518-5933. Or if you don't feel like using the phone tonight, that is totally fine. You can head on over to our website, which is abccoins.com. Then once you're there, click on the search bar you see on the page, and then type in 905-11288. Again, that's 905-11-288. And grab yourself the first San Francisco Mint silver-proof dimes in U.S. Mint history. The first of their kind, and the first that the United States Mint had seen since 1964. These are iconic collector's pieces, and they honor one of the most iconic presidents in U.S. history. FDR was the only president to have ever been elected to 4 terms in office. And thanks to laws passed afterwards, we will never see another president like him ever again. He was truly beloved by the entirety of the American people. He was notably asked by both parties in many of the years that he ran to be their candidate. Something we all know today would never again happen. That is why this coin is still in production today, and it was put into production immediately after he passed away. Honestly, if it was allowable, I believe they would have put him on the dime while he was still alive. He's one of the few presidents who actually did have a direct tie to a piece of numismatic history. He's known for his work on the March of Dimes campaign, notably because he wanted to help eliminate polio and other childhood diseases because he himself knew just how debilitating it could be. He fought with that disease while in the office of the presidency and did his best to maintain an air of strength and an appearance of health to the American people. Because we're talking about back in the day, the 1940s. Having a sick president did not look good globally, and people were scared it would make them look weak to our enemies, because notably the Cold War had just started. And funnily enough, His coin actually has one of the more unique controversies when it comes to American history in regards to designs. Well, we all know about the 1909 VDB fiasco with the designer's initials. People do forget that there was a similar problem with this coin when it first came out. Some genius convinced themselves that the initials of the designer, who had been working at the mint for quite a long time at this point, actually stood for Joseph Stalin, and not the man who designed the coin, Sinnock. Obviously, this did not go over well, and people were whipped up into hysterics pretty quickly. Thankfully, though, this wasn't 1909, and a couple of decades had at least convinced people to take it with a bit of grain of salt when they hear ridiculous stories like that. Because why in the world would any coin made in the United States of America have a nod to, of all people in the world at the time, Joseph Stalin? But funnily enough, this coin ended up being the one that outlived the Soviet Union. And with 78 years of production and many more coming down the pike, it's likely going to be our longest tenured dime in US mint history. The lowest price we could find a single one of these coins was $26, with several of them costing upwards of $30, with the 95 and 97 coins particularly costing $45 each. Altogether, these 7 coins, if you bought 7 tonight and therefore would get all 7 dates, would cost over $230 with our competition. If you got all 5 tonight, it'd be just $55.65, aka $175 less than their price. Even if you just buy 1 or 2, you're going to be saving at least $18 per coin, and that is an incredible deal when we're talking about the first silver-proof dimes since they were discontinued in 1964. And they are the first of their kind struck at the Old Granite Lady. The mint that made a name for herself striking silver dollars was finally back to striking silver coins once again. And it all started with these dimes back in 1992. When you look at the the mintage figures of these silver proofs, they're also the rarest proof dimes released that year by the United States Mint. The highest mintage out of all of these coins was in that first year, just 1.3 million. The other dates, 93, 94, 5, 6, 7, and 8, all average between 760,000 to 878,000. That's it. These are incredibly rare pieces, which is why they cost $26 to $50 a coin. We are just $7.95 while this treasure trove lasts, and it is a finite amount of coins. This special deal is only going to last as long as this hoard does, so please don't miss out on your chance to own the first silver proof struck in Roosevelt dime history at the San Francisco Mint. But that being said, with the phone lines backed up and only a few of these coins left, we do have to get moving on. If you grabbed them, fantastic. If you missed out, I hope you can find some soon because these are truly special. That being said, let's move on and see what we have coming up next.